Like Exxon, IBM, and a lot of other American companies, General Motors is really a multinational corporation. They make and sell cars in as many nations as they can afford to. But in most countries, the home car manufacturing industry is relatively small. Many models and major components for manufacture have to be imported, usually because of the high cost of building auto plants where demand is more modest. We thought you might want to take a look at one of those more modest GM subsidiaries, Holden, GM's Australian tentacle. Holden sells a wide variety of cars and trucks, many of them only slightly disguised versions of GM's products made in other countries. This is the Holden Gemini. This is an old but popular rear-wheel drive subcompact. By now it must look a bit familiar. In the U.S., it's also known as the Isuzu iMark, made by GM's partially owned Japanese arm. You might also remember from our iMark road test that this is basically the same car we know as the Chevrolet Chevette, GM's T-body car. It also used to be sold in the U.S. as the Opel by Isuzu. Confused? We'll try this one. This sleek rear-wheel drive family sedan is the mainstay of Holden. It's called the Commodore, advertised as the Advanced Australian. Well, GM doesn't like to be reminded that it's really a renamed version of the high-tech Opel Commodore made by GM's West Germany subsidiary. If you move from down under back to Mother England, you can also get another version of the same car from GM UK, only you'll be buying the Vauxhall Viceroy. The Commodore is available in a variety of sedans and wagons, which they call estates, and like all Australian cars, it features right-hand drive. Finally, though, we come to the Detroit connection, the Holden Statesman. This car is mostly all Australian, the luxury standard bearer of the Holden fleet. With a 114-inch wheelbase, it's about the size of a standard Chevrolet Caprice. In fact, it really proves that GM's world is a small one after all. One Holden model is even called the Statesman Caprice. That is the lower price version. Its American-style 300 cubic inch V8, a giant engine for a Far Eastern car, can also be found under the hood of an even more flashy Statesman DeVille. And true to its name, this is the closest thing Australians have to a Cadillac. You may have also noticed that all these cars are old-style front-engine rear-wheel drive. In countries where many of the roads are less than interstate smooth, and roads in the Australian outback are definitely in that category, front-wheel drive is often too fragile for long life. So in Australia, cars that can take a beating and keep on ticking are a necessary fact of life. And with that, it's time again to give you our weekly reminder about keeping in touch with us here at Motor Week. In the future, we'll be featuring some of your suggestions and ideas for programs. So to tell us yours, write us here at Motor Week, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. That's Motor